Good evening, planets and moons, and welcome to a star-crushingly terrifying new chapter of Blood from a Stone. Hi, my name is Philip, and I'm your Dread Master in this journey into the darkest depths of space. And joining me are our wonderful players. Say hello, players.
Hello, players.
Guys, it's so great to have you here on a Friday night.
No!
To dive into a very special
Oh my god,
Friday.
I forgot!
This is the holiest of Fridays, and I understand that, the Book and Dagger was just mentioning. I want to wish Book and Dagger a happy 13-month anniversary, for that is a true iteration of time.
No, are they going to get to do something dastardly?
I mean, we will sort of see how this all goes, but I will say that because this is a Friday the 13th, the rule stands that my 13s will advance the sweet, sweet Dread Clock, and I'm very, very excited about that. We are playing in a new system. We are playing a D6 system, the one that is basically created by West End Games back for their old Ghostbusters tie-in game from the mid-'80s, then turned into their very long-running through the 80s and 90s Star Wars game. Funny that we're running a Star Wars system on our not Star Wars game, and a custom system for our two official Star Wars games. I do want to mention that, guys, watch those Star Wars games. It got real good this week because a bit of a surprise has come out that it is those Star Wars games are actually extremely connected.
I knew about it.
I told Liv about that ahead of time, and a lot of people have been. Liv can attest for how long I've had that secret planned, because it's like that's been over a month, 6 weeks or something.
I know a thing or two about keeping secrets, so that's okay.
Hey now. So in this game, in this D6 system, our groups are going to be rolling sort of like sets of D6s. Each time they roll, they will have to roll one dread die. If the dread die is a 1, something bad happens. If the dread die is a 6, something good happens. But if all of the dice add up to 13, when all said and done, we advance the dread clock. If all the dice add up to 13, and we have a 1 on the dread die, we do not even roll our sweet little D13. We are automatically triggering a horror surge. Which, in this place, like, what's the difference? Because horror's already surging here on Rocket Base 95. So let's kind of talk about where we sort of left our group once the dial turned to a new domain. We found Rawlings and Elikier departing from the Velderal flying saucer that they'd been traveling on. Dahlia remained behind on the ship. The Velderal, those tentacle-faced aliens, have some kind of deal with the Arlington Grith Corporation, who are currently administrating Rocket Base 95. They went in to speak to Annette Young. Has anyone figured out? Well, never mind. Annette Young, who sort of is the administrator, and she's an AG representative. It's very corporate, this sector of space. They learned various things about the nature of reality. Rawlings tried to express to them what he has learned. Having viewed film 13, he could tell that all Annette Young really cared about was money, and how this could potentially help the company. However, Rawlings at the same time noticed that perhaps Elutella, a moth woman of Roseris 6, and a kind of like a very fascinating sort of four-eyed moth-featured scientist, seemed to understand what he was saying and be paying it a little more careful heed. Rawlings then tried to interrogate Annette about the nature of the Dark Lord of this specific domain of Rocket Base 95, an entity he knows only as the awareness. He wrote this down on a physical piece of paper, showed it to her. Annette had no idea what it was, but AG Platinum Shield Prime, her robotic head of security, flipped out, tried to kill Rawlings, although he was stopped when Elatello managed to hack the robot into powering down in the room. But outside, and in fact throughout the station, the robots have started killing. We don't know the full extent of their murder spree, but they did attack Rawlings and Elekie's flying saucer, which managed to pull away and come around to try to blast aside a hole in the side of Rocket Base 95 to rescue them, because the robots were now pounding at the door. But to Elekie's horror, as he sort of looked out, robots were swarming all over the ship and began detonating self-destruct sequences, and the flying saucer on which Dahlia currently finds herself silently blew apart in the vacuum of space just outside the boundary of the space station. That is where we left things. Now, I'm going to read to you such a good invocation. This is a few bits kind of flung together, but we'll see if anybody recognizes this. You still don't understand what you're dealing with, do you? Perfect organism. Its structural perfection is matched only by its hostility. I admire its purity. A survivor, unclouded by conscience, remorse, or delusions of morality. Last word. I can't lie to you about your chances, but you have my sympathies. So, with that. Yeah, you guys know
That's
that's
like
right. Lauren, I'll give you a hint. You know who said that?
No.
Bilbo Baggins.
Bilbo Baggins.
Bilbo Baggins did not say that.
Bilbo Baggins said that.
In a sense. The actor who played Bilbo Baggins.
This is a huge hint.
Oh no.
Liv's doing good hints.
It's from Alien.
Yes.
So.
No, he was in that.
Oh yeah. Oh! There we go. That's good. That's great. Well, friends, on this sacred Friday the 13th night.
Did you know that if you hard boil a soft shell crab and then hollow out an avocado that you split open, it kind of looks like a face hugger coming out of an egg?
That feels correct. If anyone's wondering kind of the tone of this game, it's like Retro Future meets Alien. So, with all of that, are we ready to begin? We're going to, in fact, begin with DahliaBot.
Oh boy.
DahliaBot, you were sort of pacing the hallways of this sort of saucer when you saw several of the Velderal rushing around with grave concern. To all external views, you are nothing but a chrome-plated version of yourself, though you do have a very real and living brain inside your body, inside this robotic husk. However, you have yet to be sort of trusted with the operations of the vessel. As you make your way through the ship, however, suddenly series of explosions rocket you back and forth. You do the full, Star Trek stumbling to the, sides and everything. And then the ship is torn asunder. DahliaBot, I would actually like for you to simply make a, this is going to be like a general strength or like holding on roll. So what you're going to do is your physical attribute is a 4D. So what I need you to do is to roll 4d6. One of them needs to be that special die, the dread die, and then roll 3 others and let us know what the sum is, but also what number you've rolled on your dread die.
What's that? Okay, so 4 so first 4 with one of them being the dread die, and then how many more?
You roll 4 total.
Oh, okay, just 4 total. I thought you said to roll others too.
Yeah,
Okay.
4
What's the
total.
bad number for the dread die?
1 is the bad number for the dread die.
Okay, I got a 6.
You got a 6. That's a great number for the dread die. So add everything up.
Okay. 14.
14. Great. Now roll the dread die again because you rolled a 6. It gets to explode and you get to roll it again.
Yay, I like exploding dice. Okay, so 14. 18.
An 18. So with an 18, you do manage, as sort of you are being, sort of thrown about, you manage to kind of grasp onto a suddenly appearing sort of pylon, which you can kind of hold onto, and suddenly you see levels of the saucer splitting apart in front of you, and you see the cold vacuum of space as the ship kind of, whatever flames were there, momentary flames as the oxygen within sort of ignites, and then just the cold vacuum of space. Velderal bodies, some of them grasping to sort of turn on their emergency spacesuits, most of them just immediately dying of exposure. You, however, suffer no such penalties being in open space. Dahliabot, as you sort of spin around, kind of everything is out of your control, but you are not just spinning wildly. I need you to make for me a sense roll. This is going to be using your dreadful stats, which is also 4D.
Getting accustomed to this. Okay. Fuck me. I rolled a 1 on the dread die.
A 1 on the dread die. Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your total?
6, 8, 9, 10.
10. Okay, and what was the highest die that you rolled?
6.
A 6. Okay, so take the 6 away and the dread die away, and what is left?
3.
3. So you try to see anything, but there's just like wreckage and dying explosions in your face, and you can see nothing. So for the time, Dahlia, you are basically spinning in space. You're not in sort of danger, but you're clinging to like a piece of this wreckage. Space. You're not. And you're glancing about, and that is what you see. Is nothing.
I just see space.
It's just space spinning around wildly.
Space and nothingness.
Great. So. Inside the chamber with Annette Young, Elatella, Alekier, Rawlings, and a deactivated AG Platinum Shield Prime. I forgot to do this last time, but you all do. We're gonna say no leveling up would have happened because you're in such a tight spot here. But we're gonna say that as you guys did look around, each of you did find 4 power cubes. So just go ahead and increase your power cubes by 4. You all tucked 4 power cubes in your pockets. By the way, Liv, you can spend power cubes to give yourself extra dice on any roll. You have 5 power cubes up at the top, so you can spend them to give yourself extra dice on any roll, but you can also spend them to upgrade your skills between sessions. So it's kind of like it's like XP you can spend, for short-term gain or long-term whatever. So, with that, as the 2 of you were or the 3 of you were just kind of stuffing power cubes into your belts and things, the robots, you are still pounding on the door. Behind you is the rather damaged wall that your robots were trying to cut their way through. Elatella.
I would like to examine the robot to see if I can hack it to reactivate and perhaps protect us.
Oh, okay. So you want to hack the robot into an ally.
Yes.
Understood. Okay, so you're going to go over there and start doing that. I will tell you, this requires a very, very high roll to do.
Okay.
How high a roll, in fact? I'm not even sure, but I will roll myself. Yeah, okay. But go ahead and make your hacking roll. Which for you is 5D.
Roll for leap hack.
Oh, it's pretty high. 5, 14, 15, 16. 20. Wait. What? Yes, 20.
And what was your dread die?
It was a 5.
A 5. Great. So
Yes.
you try to sort of see if there's any way to activate this. Unfortunately, this is like a pretty heroic task necessary, and you have not reached the number required.
Very well. Okay. Well, that did not work.
Does it appear that the robots outside are closer to getting through the door?
Annette Young is like, and now she is pulling wall panels off, like trying to find, like she was telling you there's no passages through, but she's looking through. She goes, it looks like they're pretty close, and in fact, you do hear a few sort of like muffled like pew, pew, as like the door is impacted as they're testing their weaponry on it and such. She goes, they're going to be able to get through. I mean, we haven't. This is just a conference room. This isn't even my panic room. God, I wish we met in my panic room.
Lucky, could you? Is it with the way that the wall has been damaged? Is it possible to blast through from inside?
We are thinking along the same lines. I want to try to use my gamma staff to see if I can get through that wall that has been weakened by my ship.
Okay, you want to try to shoot your way out through the wall. Understood. If you're just gonna take you're just gonna take a shot at it, go for it then. Make an attack roll with your gamma staff.
And that's just the 5D, correct?
5D, correct. So Elitella, you've kind of got your hands in the thing, and you see him holding up his gamma staff to the broken wall.
Yes.
Anything?
25.
A 25.
And my dread die was a 3.
Okay. Well, actually, that's not as a 25 in this case can be pretty good. Yes, Elitella, what were you trying to say? I see you over there trying to say something. I assume. Lauren, are you trying to say something?
Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Does this ship have transporter capabilities that
No.
we may access?
Transporters is preposterous. Okay, that's not a thing. No.
I will.
On Rosera 5, we do have transporters, so.
That's what they call when they get real high on the space mushrooms. There is no teleportation. No.
However, Annette did mention a panic room, so I would like to inquire, Annette, what do you mean a panic room? Where may this panic room be?
It's classified, but suffice it to say, it's not nearby.
Well, considering that we have been working together, that would have been great knowledge for me to have known.
It's I mean, I don't know, what in case the moth people attack us and they're... so meanwhile, Liquier is over there, and he's shooting into the wall. Liquier, you have rolled a 25. That is enough to damage the wall. Please roll your damage for that weapon, which you'll find up in your equipment. I think it is 4D for that.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Okay, so it was a 19, but my dread die was a 6, so I get to roll.
You get to roll
Another.
again. 19 on 4D, that's pretty good.
22.
A 22. Okay, then I will roll the resist damage for the wall. It's more than likely you're going to be doing some damage to this thing. I roll only 11. So, by exceeding it by 11, yes, that is in fact, yes, that is so you begin to, the wall does begin to break down. You're going to need to do more damage to it, but you are aiming, you're trying to like cut through. They cut much of the way through. Now, whether or not you're going to be able to make a big enough hole that you guys can move through and not just a small, you need to do a larger area of damage than your focused little thing can do, because otherwise you're going to simply depressurize this room and you'll all get sucked out through a hole about that big. But you have, the wall is like, the wall is crumpling further, and in fact alerts begin going off about, structural integrity and containment and all of that.
We must get through this wall, create a bigger hole.
Oh,
Somebody has the gun, right?
I have a ray gun.
I have the gun. Yeah,
You have the
I
robot's gun, yes,
robot
correct.
was shooting.
Shall we both shoot the wall? Is that
Annette says, you're just blasting your way through. I mean, okay, so she goes up. Would Rawlings and Elatella, just being both of this kind of person, I would like for both of you to please make an analyze roll for me.
11.
That's 18.
Rawlings, you will say that you understand that what he's saying is it's not just damage, it's you do need to you need to break this thing apart in such a way that you can actually get through it and it doesn't just, create a tiny little hole that vacuum, sucks your bodies right out.
With that, would I perhaps is there a way we could position? Could we start to? Okay, so here's my thought. We start to use our ray guns to superheat the metal of the wall, and then we punch a hole, a small hole, and we line up the we tether ourselves. We line up the conference table and the body of the robot so that they hit the hole and with the superheated metal and blast out more and make as the room depressurizes, it pulls them out and it makes more of a hole.
Understood. That certainly makes sense. Elatella, yes.
Would the gravity of another planet that's around the ship have an impact on things getting pulled out, or is that just pure?
No, at this range, it is the vacuum of space sucking out all the atmosphere and everything into this room. Needing to basically have this room equalize with space is the danger for you guys. All right, so Rawlings, with that in mind, go ahead and do a calculate. However, all of this sort of trying and figuring stuff out and pausing, the robots are going to get a chance to try to finally break down the door.
Very fair. Ooh, oh god, that is so bad.
Okay.
I rolled 4d6.
Uh-huh.
I rolled a 1 on my dread die.
Okay.
I removed my highest die as well, right?
Yeah, correct.
So, would you like to know what the total is once I remove the dread die and my highest die?
Correct.
That total's a 2.
Perfect. All right, so I'm going to say that the danger of this is actually, in this case, it is not even that it's more that you're just you're sort of hemming and hawing and shoving stuff into stuff. And I mean, let's face it, Rawlings, you're a smart guy. You are you're no physicist. This is entirely unfamiliar territory for you. So you spend so much time that the robots are actually going to get 2 chances to break into the room. Their first one is a good one, and they do manage to begin dealing damage to the door, which will be it was almost a 13. 12 against the doors. Now the door holds with a 15. They get to shoot again, though. Oh my god, they're flirting with 13s at me. Okay, so that's a 17 for them. So they continue trying to punch their way through the door. You guys begin to see sections of the door blowing off in blaster fire, and now you're ducking. Rawlings, after all this time, you feel no closer to having figured out how to get through, and you feel like you've hit a wall. You have no idea what you can do to make this room not depressurized. But now the robots are beginning to punch through. In fact, one robot arm is trying to pull in and pull down the side of the door. Elatella and Ilikie, what are you up to?
May I use my sense to detect whether there is a vulnerability on these robots?
That would not be a sense roll. That would be more of a
Analyze.
Yeah, that would be more of a or even a repair, I guess. It's kind of like an opposite repair. So you have 4D on that.
Okay. Ooh, that's 16.
A 16. I mean, the robots Typically, if they're able, most of their processing is in their head and upper chest, so typically if you can take out those areas, they stop functioning. Those areas are pretty well armored, but you can always try to call the shot and get to those areas specifically.
I would like to announce that to the group.
Okay, so she's kind of calling out where to hit the aliens, or the robots, but at this point they are punching their way through. Dahlia, meanwhile, you are spinning around in space. What would you like to do at this point? What would you be thinking of doing as your robot is this ship where these aliens who did rip your brain out and keep you in a jar and use you? You see them dying all over the place. What do you want to do? What are you thinking of doing right now? Are you still just and the answer could just be survive, hang on, whatever. That's totally fine.
Me?
No,
Dahlia.
me.
Oh,
Do I think I can like get back in the ship and get to the? Is there a bridge?
I'll tell you what. Make a roll a simple mental thing. This is kind of like recalling, calculating position kind of thing. So it's just 2D, one of which is a dread die.
Well, it's not good.
Yeah.
Okay, 9 with a 5 on the dread die.
You can certainly try to trace your steps back to the bridge, kind of to that main chamber, and in so doing, you certainly can simply make an attempt to kind of like try to like, you know, physically pull your way along. It's going to be mainly a physical thing, so just make another strength roll for me.
Okay, that's just 4, I think. Yeah, that's just physical, right?
That's 4 physical with 1 dread die in there.
Okay, that is, ooh, that's good. That's 10, 15, 19. With the
19.
6
And
on
what
the
was the
dread.
dread die?
Oh, 6! I get to explode
You get
it.
to explode it.
19 plus. Well, now it's a 1. What happens then?
It does not then trigger a bad thing, fortunately. It still adds.
takes me to
So that gets
20.
you a 20. So with that case, you manage to kind of like, well, like you're not really sure where you're going, but you begin sort of pulling your way just rapidly through the ship, kind of busting through broken panels and past floating bodies, trying to find your way toward the center. We will cut back to Dahlia in a little bit.
What do we see about the wall? Like, how close do we think we are to potentially getting through it based on a visual?
Make an analyze roll. Analyze this! Hey, De Niro.
That was 7, but I got a 6 on my dread die. So
Roll it again.
another one. 10.
A 10. You need like a few more shots. Like you need everyone. You need to not just you be shooting. You need everyone to be like pouring some fire into this thing. Annette Young is meanwhile screaming as the robots are puncturing their way through. Rawlings still has no idea of how to cut this through better. Annette Young, though, she does activate her, emergency thing and say, well, if you're gonna blow it, blow it. Come on, go, hurry. She's now broadcasting on open channel, so you all do just hear this in whatever helmets. I think many of you had already put helmets on, in fact.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm just going at the door, or at the wall, trying to build the wall.
Elatella and Rawlings, what are you two doing?
I even though I'm not quite sure if this will work, I will still start to try and heat the area around just shoot the area of the wall around Elikier so that I can potentially help in making a bigger hole.
Understood. So you're kind of shooting with an aim to make a bigger hole. Elatella, what are you doing?
I would like to shoot at whatever robot is most dangerous currently.
So at what are the robots clawing their way through?
The most present threat, yes.
Understood. So go ahead.
5.
What did you roll?
10,
I'm gonna do this robot roll first.
17.
17. Okay, so a 17, the robots are not trying to dodge, so that will in fact connect with them at this range. So go ahead and roll the damage for your ray gun.
How do I do that?
Your ray gun up under equipment should say a rating for its ray gun is 3D plus 1.
Yes.
So roll 3D, add 1 to the number.
10.
Great. And just so you guys know, for damage, you do not have to roll a dread die, just FYI.
Oh.
Although if you ever do 13 damage, I'm still totally advancing the thing. 'Cause, come on. All right, to resist damage, you had a 10.
Yes.
Sadly, the blow glances off of this robot as it continues. They're too well armored. As it continues digging its way through, and in fact, one of the robots is now going to take a shot at you.
Oh, good. Oh no! No!
Damn it. I'm treating me just like you guys. I rolled 13, but I rolled a 1 on my dread die. So it's only an 8. So the robot doesn't able to get to you, but the other robots are still shooting at the door. That meanwhile, that one explodes, so that's going to be 25. It explodes. I roll another 6 on it, so that explodes again. So that's... Okay. So meanwhile, however, the entire door is now blown out, and these robots are now in the room, able to shoot you guys the next round. So Rawlings and Alikier, you guys need to really blast the hell out of this. I'm just throwing that out there as far as rolls and such things go.
I rolled a 19 to hit.
In the chamber. A 19.
To hit.
Okay, a 19 will hit. Go ahead and do your roll your damage.
And so if I'm using the big laser gun from the robot inside, am I still using my ray gun roll? Or...
You're still using your ray gun roll, correct? But that one has a lot more damage.
Can I add 2 power cubes to this as
To
I
your
roll?
damage roll?
Yeah.
Typically you cannot, but if you want to advance this by 1d6, I will let you guys put power cubes onto this roll.
Yes.
Roll a d6.
2. Not bad. Not bad. We're good.
All right. You guys, for this round only, you may spend your power cubes on your damage.
Have we been getting a sense of how high we need to roll to hit this wall?
Hitting the wall in this game is interesting. Hitting the wall is not the problem. I'm really just making sure you don't roll garbage. It is, strictly speaking, you need to roll, you need to roll a 6 or higher to hit the wall.
I'm gonna put 1 power cube onto the attack roll.
Understood, because I understand you're probably rolling with 2. It is the damage that you then do that's necessary. So, Alikier, how much damage did you just put into the wall?
29.
29.
Nice.
The wall will try to resist that.
Why? It's a wall.
All things get to resist. The wall only resists by 10, so that's another 19 points you put into the wall. Oh my god.
Philip, my dear Dreadmaster.
Yo.
On my attempt to hit the wall,
Yes.
I did in fact roll.
A 13?
Yeah.
Please roll a d13.
Actually, I have. What is it? I gotta grab it real quick. I don't have it ready. I'm so unprepared.
All is well.
Just ran into space there.
Yeah, ran into the black void of space to get my dice jail. All right. 8.
All is well then.
All
Horror
right.
does not surge, but that clock is
So now
going up.
I'm gonna add 2 power cubes to the damage roll now.
Okay, so you roll 7.
7. Okay, great.
Yeah, he's got a serious gun.
Oh, nothing like rolling a big old handful of dice. That's so bad. That is 4 2s and a 1. So, Jesus Christ, that's
Oh, please tell me it's somehow a 13.
it's 20. It's 20.
Oh, it's 20. Okay, so their response to resist this. I rolled garbage over here as well, all 2s and 1s, and then 1 5. So that gets me to. All right, well that's 10 more. Ooh, wow, guys, you are so close to breaking that wall. You are.
Well,
Are we aware?
Are we taking turns, or do we just shout it out?
We are taking turns, but there's not initiative. The turns just you guys go, then the bad guys go. So you spent
Okay.
your turn shooting bad guys. They spent their turn busting the wall down. Oh, however, I did say Annette Young was shooting at the wall.
Yes, she was.
All right.
It's Annette Young.
Let's see if she can roll more than a 6. She can. Okay, she gets 3d plus 1. Okay. Okay. So you need the wall's resistance on 4d to be under, she does not do enough damage with her sort of pea shooter. So the robots are in the room, but, Elitella, what do you want to do?
Yes. I will turn to the wall with my ray gun and I will shoot it.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah. That's so neat.
Okay. Ooh. 20.
20, great. So you shoot it. Please roll your damage.
7.
You're all you have is like a little, you've got like a little like, it just glances off. Elikier, you notice he's like putting extra stuff. He's like overcharging. He's pumping his power cubes into his thing. Rawlings is using this like serious gun, almost like a, welder, like trying to
small
cover
man,
through.
big gun.
Rawlings and Elikier, what would you two like to do? Continue shooting?
We can still, continue to shoot.
Yeah.
We must continue to destroy the wall.
So both of you, please make your first 2 hit roll. All you need is a 6 or higher to successfully hit the wall at this range.
I'm raw dogging this to hit roll. No extra force cubes. Well, no, that's a 4, so I maybe should have done it.
Rawlings.
So, I got a 6 on my thing. So I mean, it's way over. So
Yeah.
it doesn't even.
So you go ahead and roll your damage. Rawlings, you have tried to shoot. What was on your dread die, by the way?
A 2.
Okay.
It was a 2-2.
2, 2, and 2. So basically, Rawlings, all that happens in this case is you sort of try to shoot again, and instead, just like the gun is sort of too heavy and too cumbersome, and you just kind of you blast the floor.
I assume that the hip is like, there's like it just scorches the ceiling.
You're just kind of like shaken completely off your way. Elikia.
I'm using 2 power cubes once again,
Okay.
and it's not a great roll.
Okay. What is it at?
16.
Only by 1. You needed to do 5. They rolled only 10 on their resist. So Elikia, you do manage to shoot your way through. And at this point, the room kind of like everyone feels this incredible sucking power against the wall. So I need everyone to please make a strength roll to try to just like grab onto something, keep their feet, stay where they are as everything is getting sucked out of the sort of small crevice that has been blasted into the wall here.
Where is strength?
Strength is just just make a physical roll, sorry.
Oh, physical.
A
Got it.
standard physical attribute.
I rolled this 8, but that is a 6 on my other die.
Exploded. So roll a 5.
No, that's a 3, so that's a total of 11.
11, okay. Elitella?
6.
6.
Total.
Okay.
Yes.
Elekie?
13.
13! No! Now we're cooking with gas. Aha! Please roll a d13.
13.
10.
A 10. Great.
We're okay.
Love it. All right, friends. So, as you all sort of try to shoot through there, she had her gun up. So basically, you had a 13, Rawlings had a 6, and you had an 11, Elitella?
I had a
6.
You had a
11.
6, and you had an 11. Great. Okay,
I'm a moth woman. I'm not very
understood.
strong.
So, Elutella,
Yes.
you... Oh, but I have to roll for all these other people. Okay, hold on.
Oh, dear.
Annette Young, rolls a 6 on her die explodes, so Annette actually keeps her. She manages to grab onto something. Now I'm gonna roll for a bunch of robots.
Robots.
1 on their dread die. Uh-oh. Okay, so I'm gonna say of the couple of robots who make it in before their bodies are gonna start jamming up the door, and they all were preparing to shoot. Elutella, you get sucked into this hole. Please make a resist injury roll.
Okay, 2. Oh dear. That's a 2.
Now, okay.
With 2 dice, so that means that I had a 1.
So that's a 0.
My dread die, yes.
You've literally rolled a 0.
Well, goodbye, everyone.
Um,
It's been nice knowing you all.
I am a little bit worried that it's gonna be rough on you here. Let's see how much damage I roll for that. Maybe it's not gonna be. Nope, I roll 13 damage.
Happy Friday the 13th, y'all.
Happy Friday the 13th. Here we go. I'm rolling. Be so cool. Be so cool. Was it in the tray? It's a 3, not a 13. It's fine.
Well,
All right. So you do take 13 against literally 0.
yes.
I believe in terms of harm, and sorry guys, I'm having to do the I'm sort of half learning the system as we play here. Character was just mortally wounded, so please click that you have been mortally wounded.
Oh
Yes.
boy.
I don't feel so good.
All right. Oh dear, I'm feeling bad because now there's robot bodies that are slamming into you.
It's fine.
Oh, and once the moth's wings are broken.
Yeah.
You know,
Like when you're
our
driving, you open the
people are
window.
intelligent yet
You are unconscious in that
Is she
hole.
being assaulted with batteries?
Effectively, yes. All right. Make another. I'm gonna let you still roll resist injury. That's your body, so roll under the resist injury. You do have power cubes.
I would like to use 4 of them.
Sure, that's a good idea.
So I just add on an additional 4 d6s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I rolled garbage there.
That is 16, 20, 24.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do.
It's a 6 on the red die.
So roll it again.
All of it?
No, the 6, the dread die.
3.
Okay, so a 27.
Yes.
Okay, so basically, as your body is sort of shut down, maybe it's because also like they're not slamming purely into you. You see like 3 of these robots who didn't manage to get like stuck in the door have now slammed into her body, but dealing her no more injury. Rawlings and Alekia, you guys are doing this. You're in ships, but at this point, there is a pretty tremendous pull, and I'm gonna roll one last resist injury for the wall. Ooh, I'm gonna call that a no. And at this point, the wall buckles out, and Elutella, unconscious, goes flying out. Her wings bent, her very thin wings, like bent in multiple directions. A crack on her bubble helmet, as she's kind of unconscious, fluttering out the wall. These 2 robots after her. One of the robots, just one. I'll roll for them collectively. Yes, only one of the robots who is on top of things enough will be taking a shot at one of these 4 targets in this room. It wants to go for Rawlings just because that's who it was told to go for. However, Rawlings, this robot, if you would like to dodge, you can make a dodge roll. That's a physical situation.
I love to try to dodge.
So please make a dodge roll first, as this robot's going to try to shoot you.
A 9.
A 9. Okay. Then that will not really reduce its it's necessary to hit here. However, it's gonna need to do better than that shooting. So basically, Rawlings, you're kind of like it's tried to shoot back through this hole as you're holding on the thing. It's still shooting you now. One of these robots out in space, damaged, is fluttering around, unable to hit you. So Elutella is floating outside, Rawlings and Alekia. You are inside holding on to stuff, but now there is a hole through which to go. The robots in the door have plugged themselves up, but they are readying weaponry. Annette Young, who hasn't actually gone this turn yet, she is going to make a beeline for the door. So she'll just try to rush out, and she will make it out through sort of the hole into space. Honestly, she probably pushes past Rawlings and, saves herself out that way. Dahlia, you've made it to the broken bridge of the ship.
Okay.
The sort of like the dome atop has been cracked. You see unhelmeted Veldural bodies floating out through the wreckage. Wires and such things sparking all over the place. However, as you make it here to the bridge, as you're sort of pulling yourself up, you realize that the ship is lost. It has been cracked in multiple points. You do notice the central computer core. Something that you've interacted with on a few occasions. And I will say that, Dahlia, you understand enough to know that central core contains a lot of information. Sort of like you don't need the whole thing, but there's a kind of like, it's not quite the size of a keg. It's like what's a thing that's like that big?
Poster?
A dog.
Bigger than a briefcase.
Some dogs.
A duffel bag?
Sure. Let's say there is a duffel bag sized like computer core that you could theoretically like try to get right now if you wanted to.
Okay. So I'm going to try to detach that then.
Indeed. Now, you have two ways of going about this. One is the easy way. You can simply rip it out. Two is you can try to like properly and technically eject it for traveling. I'll tell you what. Make a repair roll. That's 2D for you. One dread die and one flat die.
Wait, hold on, I lost my page. Repair.
Repair's under it's a technical one, so it's just going to be 2D. It's down at the bottom of the one that says technical.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just 2?
Just 2.
Okay, so 6 altogether.
And was your dread die a 1 or anything cool?
It was a 5.
Understood. Well, with a
The
6,
other one was a 1.
with a 6, with an easy sort of level of success. You're probably thinking to yourself, I mean, it's probably better to properly eject it, but people, it's up to you. If you, it's basically going to be much harder for you to properly eject it than to just pull it out. I'm not even going to make.
I know. I mean, I pull USB drives out all the time without ejecting them.
Yes.
I think we can do this. It's
If
fine.
we think that if Dahlia like you pulls out the USB drives, then sure.
I mean, Dahlia, I don't think has USB drives.
That's true. All right, so go ahead and make a physical roll with 4D.
Okay, that is 4, 5. Oof, not great. 7. Yeah, 7. Yeah, 7.
7. You try to pull it out, but it's not coming. It has been wedged into something. You have not been able to pull the computer core out. And not only that, Dahlia, but you also notice blinking across the way on the bridge is an eerie red light that's blinking a little faster. You're not really sure what that's about.
Do I know what that light is?
Make another technical roll. Or a mental roll. I'll let you. It's the same for you. It's 2D either way. Now, if you want to, you can spend your precious power cubes if you really feel like this is an important thing to figure out.
Can I spend 1?
You may spend 1 precious power cube. So now you get to roll 3D.
Do they have to be called precious power cubes every time?
Nah.
Power cube.
They're just for you because you have fewer. The other people have more because they found more in a room.
I don't know anything about what's going on with them right now, right?
You don't.
Okay. 7, 9,
with a 9. You suspect there is probably some sort of defensive measure that's going to go off of the ship.
Like a self-destruct?
I mean, you've probably heard of that in old movies. Maybe there's a self-destruct. Maybe. Anyway, we'll cut back to you in a moment. For now, as we spin out, Elutella, please roll 2d6.
Okay. 7. Wait. 8. I can't count.
8.
In space.
Great. With an 8, you're not dead yet. You're just floating in the vacuum of space. Kind of like
Very good.
injured from impacting the wall. Things are rough.
Yes.
Rawlings and Alikie, what do you two want to do?
Can we, based on my experience in battle, would I know if she would be worth saving? Is she going to make it, or is she a goner?
Honestly, you can't really see her at this moment. You saw that she got sucked out. I'll say you think that you think that if she likely died from that. If she didn't die, you certainly have the technology to revive her, or it certainly exists.
I have duty and it's honorable. I want to grab Rawlings. And
Okay.
I want to use my jetpack to also go over and see if I can grab Elutella.
So in other words, you are going to grab Rawlings, you're going to go out through, you're going to kind of like grab Rawlings, do a controlled, get sucked out through the hole as the rest of the atmosphere goes, and then you're going to activate your jetpack, and you're going to try to fly to Elutella. I love it, sir. Okay. Ordinarily, in order to do sort of multiple things, what you do is you take a penalty to all of the different things you're doing. I am going to say, however, that for you to jetpack, that is going to be your movement. So, and you did say you actually want to do it in here, so go ahead and just activate your jetpack. This will just be a jetpack roll. You're just going to try to jetpack over to Rawlings, then jetpack out after her, trying to grab her. That's 4D for you.
17.
17 is only one.
No, I'm sorry. I rolled one more. No. Let's do it again.
Tell you what, keep your 17 and deduct the thing, because you needed a 17 to do this.
Oh, deduct a power cube.
Let's just say you spent a power cube.
I like it. I considered using one too, so we'll just say
you used a power cube because you needed literally a 17. So as you grab Rawlings and then you weave your way out, Rawlings, you're like, yeah, you're being moved. You don't resist or anything, do you, Rawlings?
Oh no! I'm not. No! I would love to get out of here as quickly
You
as
do
possible.
manage to grab onto Elutella, her body, and now because you're on a jetpack, you are currently in control of your movement out here in space. Your jetpack does not last forever, but it certainly will last a few minutes. Elekie, now that you're out here, you see next to you are like the broken fragments of your vessel. Your ship has completely destroyed. It's breaking apart. Fires are still burning what remains of the atmosphere. Rawlings, what are you? I'm gonna say that's kind of a lot of stuff you just did here, though. Okay. Rawlings, what are you doing?
I am holding on for dear life.
Holding on for dear life. In that case, you're gonna get an extra die anytime you need to hold on to him. Like if he moves or crazy stuff, or you guys are broken apart because I do something awful, you will just get an extra physical die for any of that kind of stuff.
Excellent.
Wonderful.
I mean, I have a jetpack on, but I am sure that Elekie is much more proficient in the use of these jetpacks, and I would like to let him do the
sure.
jetpack.
You'll let him jet you around. I'll say also both of you have pretty decent senses, as does Elutella, but she's so as you guys are there, you do notice that Annette Young is holding on to a bending piece of broken stuff on the side of the room that she blasted out. And at this point, more of the robots have made their way to the door and are continuing to take the fight to all of you. So, Elekie, you have not been able to dodge. Rawlings, I'm going to sort of say, you are going to receive the benefits of dodge. So basically, Elekie, you're going to get shot at here. That will hit, so please roll a resist injury. And then she's getting shot at. She will roll a resist injury. So that would be from them. One for her is
21.
a 21. Great. So you manage to kind of just like they're just hitting you. You know, you're pretty armored. You're kind of keeping these bodies here. Their blasts are glancing off of you. Annette Young, meanwhile, takes a shot, and she now, like, gripping her side, you know, atmosphere venting, she's now spinning off in space. She is wounded.
What do we see? So, like, what's the you know, what's in our field of vision?
In your field of vision is mainly just, like, broken pieces of spaceship, the massive, space station that you've all blasted your way out of. You're holding them. She is now flying off at kind of like a 45-degree angle. And then you see like the wreckage of your own ship behind you, and these aliens are coming out for you guys. Or these aliens, I'm so sorry, these robots.
I want to look and see if is there anything that is, knowing my ship, is there anything that's salvageable, like an escape pod or anything that would have made it through?
There are some escape pods. You could certainly try to look for one of those. I will say you and Rawlings also know that they're, Rawlings, I'm going to say at this point you do think of that, the recording that this ship made, having gone to other places, the computer core, how useful that would be to you.
Yes, we do record. The data would be so good.
So, with that, Elatella, please roll 2d6.
Five.
5.
Yes.
You're still alive.
Oh, good.
All right.
Well,
Dahlia, you're aboard. You think that there might be a self-destruct going on this spaceship. The question is, do you want to keep trying to pull that out, or do you want to try to make your way either just jumping out into space or trying to find some other kind of smaller ship down below?
I'm going to make one last attempt to tug it out.
That's what... Okay.
Hey!
Go for it. So this is another physical roll.
Oh, man. I just took that joke to a dark place.
You want to pull the plug on that ship?
Yay, Republicans. All right, here we go.
Oh.
Everyone just went full. All right, here we go. Oh, yes. All right, this is much better. 6, 19.
With a 19, you rip the USB drive right out, sending sort of stuff, and then I guess you can move. So are you going to try to kind of like go deeper in the ship looking for a vessel to get away on, or are you going to just like jump out through the broken area and just trust that you're a robot in its space?
I don't know if there's anything else out there.
Yeah, you're not sure.
Do I have any idea of like if this ship has escape pods or anything?
Make a recall and use a recall information. That's 2D for you.
I was plugged into it for a while.
Indeed.
Okay. Recall information is 2. Man, all right.
And yet you didn't seem to spend most of your time like learning about the ship. Most of your time was spent just thinking about this Russian girl.
And can you blame me?
ew.
Why did you say ooh to that?
I said,
No, I thought
Yeah, I was
Lauren
like,
just
I
said
didn't
ew.
No, I said heyo.
Oh, heyo. I apologize.
Heyo.
I was very
Heyo.
confused that you were insulting your own character.
No, I rolled an 8.
With an 8, that is better for an easy. You do recall talk of there being the captain having some kind of like like smaller escape craft.
Okay.
Likely it would be near this very bridge.
Okay. So I'm gonna go look for that.
Understood. So with Dahlia sort of rushing down to that escape ship carrying the thing, we will cut to Alekier and Rawlings as robots are like in space poorly trying to fire at you guys with lasers.
Is there like a tether or something on that? Is there like a way I can like tether, like belt myself to Alekier?
That would be hard because of the...
Isn't there like a kind of like grapple thing or tether like on the belts of these spacesuits?
Yeah, I guess you could. Yeah, I'm sure there's little tether things you could stick on a spacesuit. It's gonna make his jetpack like it's gonna be easy for him to jetpack just holding you, than
Okay, all right, that's fine then. Yeah.
dragging you. But yeah,
I'm just gonna keep holding on and. I
So
was
you're
just saying, if we can. Look, I don't know what state the ship is in, but if we can get some of those recordings from the ship before we leave the premises, the vicinity of this area, I don't know.
What use are they to us now?
Knowledge is power. Would you go into battle against? If you go into battle against enemy, would you not wish to have as much knowledge of the enemy's forces and their layout and their ships?
It is beneficial to have a superior plan.
This will give us a superior plan against an even greater enemy than those robots back there.
Very well. I look over and I want to see if there's, again, like an escape pod, anything that I knew from my ship that we could potentially use as shelters, propulsion, anything.
make a sense roll. Should be over in Dreadful. I think for you it is 4D
that's
plus
why
1.
I didn't see it. Got it. $18.
With an 18, you look through the absolute wreckage of your vessel, all these broken, sections, and you can see that down at the base of the saucer is the detachable sort of captain's kind of like smaller vessel. Now, is it still intact? I'm gonna just do it a dick way like this. For one advancing of this, we won't roll on it, it's just intact.
Oh. Yeah, we want it. We want it intact.
Yeah.
We want it bad.
Yeah.
There we go. Intact it is, as we go from 1 to 7 today, friends.
You know what? Happy Friday the 13th, am I right?
I mean, that really is the idea here, guys. Oh, yeah. All right. Fun times. With that, Alekier, if you're going to simply try to go there, you can make a jetpack roll to try to get these two with you. What about Annette Young? Are you trying to get her as well?
Is that going to make things harder for me?
It's going to make things much harder for you. She's spinning up, and you're trying to go down.
I want to try to get to shelter first because
And then
I know
maybe you pick her up.
Yeah, it's more important to protect Rawlings. That's what I was charged with.
Understood. So with that, make your jetpack roll.
And I'm going to add up 1 power cube to that.
Ooh, I like that. Using those resources.
It's 19, but I have a 1 for my dread die.
All right, so then what is your highest roll?
It's a 5.
Okay. So in other words, 1 and 5 is 6. So when you take those away from 19, it's a 13.
Oh no. Oh no.
So
Happy Friday the 13th, y'all.
that means, friends, horror just surged. So we don't even roll. Horror surges because on a 1 of the dread die, you've rolled a 13.
Oh no!
Oh no!
So there is now a horror surge. So would you please roll your D13?
Yeah. That, you know what? That was on the power cube right there. All right.
I am already dead, basically.
6.
So
Do I have to roll 2?
You don't have to roll, though. I mean, everyone's about to have to roll a lot of stuff. You don't have to.
Yeah.
A 6. Great. So, and because this is a different kind of game, well, you'll see.
Yeah.
So, Elekier, nevertheless, with a 13, that is not as amazing as that 19 would have been, but you do manage to fly your way down to this vessel. And you know you're gonna have to like try to like get into the ship, but the ship's cracked open. So just kind of for the we're kind of gonna leave the initiative round here. But as Elekier and Rawlings, as you guys like fly to this thing that's like on this crumpling vessel, you look in and Rawlings, you see Dahlia running down carrying the duffel bag sized computer core.
Dahlia.
She's like making her way down to that. And Dahlia, because they are broadcasting, even though he's in like a bubble helmet, you do hear his voice in your like antenna receivers or whatever in your robot body.
Oh, what are you doing?
The robots on the station have gone mad. We're escaping.
No, I am too.
And let's into the ship and let's be gone with this place.
Okay.
So
Is the ship? Do we know if the ship's functional at this
it
point?
looks it you spent a precious thing, so it is intact. Yes.
Okay, but so intact means functional.
As far as you know, yes.
Okay.
But I mean, you yes, it is. It's functional. So Friday the 13th, you guys pile into this very small vessel. Now, this, unlike the many chambered ship, this is basically like a single sort of room shuttle. As you sort of bring Elutella's like unconscious body in, and Rawlings comes in, and Dahlia, as all four of you come in and you pull the hatch hold, you hear tremendous braking as the ship is just being destroyed all around you. Who is going to try to pilot this vessel?
I was gonna say, does Dahlia know how to fly this thing?
So Dahlia and Rawlings, they didn't really get any like actual technical skills in all of these kinds of things.
Yeah, I picked it.
It is under technical, so I would say this will probably be your best bet. Is probably Elutella's a very good pilot. She's unconscious.
She is unconscious.
Like Weekend at Bernie's. Just
I
put her
am.
in
Just
there.
stick her on there and just move her.
I am
but
a good
Elekier,
pilot, and I am also unconscious.
Elekier, you, sir, are the best bet at piloting this, so you need to make a piloting roll for me. And meanwhile, Rawlings, you do notice that
Oh, so
Dahlia
it's
has the computer core.
it's 17,
Okay.
but I rolled a 6 on my thing,
So roll that again.
so 20.
Ooh.
Very good. So, Lekier, you do a very good job of breaking kind of like free of this, and you manage to... So basically, it's like a much smaller little flying saucer, basically, just kind of out of the bottom and just spins around and kind of manages to do this. You do see some of those robots in free space. They're bloop, 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 bloop. But for the most part, they don't have heavy enough artillery. Like the gun that Rawlings is carrying, that could probably punch through this, but their little things they'd have to be like, I mean, if they get up on you and explode themselves, that's another problem. So as you manage to pull away without any danger, at this moment, Dahlia and Rawlings, you've been here before, but it hasn't been like this here. Rawlings, you feel this just tickle in the back of your neck, this goose pimpling of your skin as you know that something is wrong.
Oh no.
Dahlia, you similarly have a sensation that something isn't right. Both of you feel that overwhelming sense of dread, like what you felt other times in Paradise and Merkshire, and even in Heistlace. Something's really wrong right now. Elutella lays there, mortally wounded. There is a first aid kit here in the ship.
But she looks really beautiful.
She looks, I mean, you've never seen someone, it's what you call a, no, we don't want to say fuckable wound, that sounds like something else. It's like she's like
Like a fuckable moth that's pinned to a cork board.
that's what it is. You know how when you see pinned moths, you're always like, I want to fuck that moth.
Silence of the Lambs moth, like
my
with a little face on it.
Yeah, exactly. And the face is going,
Wow, really talking
ooh,
about
baby.
Silence of the Lambs action up in here, you know? Like, imagine that.
Rawlings and Dahlia. So she is wounded. Both of you know she needs medical care. There is some kind of strange first aid thing, primarily for the Velderal, but it would work on a moth woman of Rosera 6. What are you two doing? As Elikie at this time is simply trying to spin the ship out of the path of any damage.
I don't know how to fix this.
I mean, can I try and make the first aid roll on her?
Yeah, Rawlings, it would be it's just a mental roll for you, so you're actually pretty good at just giving her basic medical stuff. So as Rawlings grabs that and he's going to come over and try to heal her, Dahlia, would you just make a sense roll for me? That is a dread. Although if you would prefer to, you could make an... Actually, it's the same for you. Just make a dreadful roll as you try to get a sense of what's going on. Rawlings, what did we do? Did we roll a 13?
Baby, we rolled a 13.
Cool,
No.
roll a d13 for me.
I hate you so much. I rolled a 12.
A 12. Okay, great.
9, unfortunately.
Oh, but I get to explode. Ha!
Oh, okay, cool.
Roll a 1. Roll a 1.
14. I rolled a 2, just to spite you.
All right, so... Dahlia.
Yes.
The fort, actually, let me see, because that might have done it. Unless I roll a 4 on this, it still wouldn't have done it. Okay, you're fine. Rawlings, you give Elutella, like, the emergency, you know, like stuff that a moth woman needs to kind of begin healing her stuff. So she actually is no longer mortally wounded. Now, let me look at how the healing works real quick. I'm so sorry.
I know moths like to go into the light, but not this time.
Toad, come back from the light. Come back from the light. Great. Dahlia, with a 14. As you look around, something's wrong. You look back next to where he grabbed the med pack. You see there's like a little statuette next to it, kind of odd looking. Your eyes linger on it. Is there some curse on that thing? Is something messed with it? Next to that, you see some kind of terrarium or glass case. Your eyes carry on past that. You find a collection of sort of like various holographic sculpture kind of projected, and your eyes go back to the glass case, and that's when you notice all of the cracks along it.
Uh-oh.
There was something in here. You're pretty sure something alive.
My circuits feel crispy.
And then, Dahlia, you hear this up on the ceiling. And at this time,
It's not good.
Rawlings. Actually, wait. I'll roll on the.
Half of the little freaking demon alien bomb.
Oh yeah, Elikie. You are at the controls.
Okay.
You feel something moving along your back, just for a moment.
A most unpleasant sensation.
Make a sense roll.
$16.
There is something on your body. It is currently trying to dig its way into like the seam in your armor, trying to get to your flesh.
Am I able to reach for it? Is it on a place that I can reach? Do I have that mobility?
It is a place you can reach. You're going to be taking a hand off that, so you're going to lose a die on your piloting for this round if it comes to that. But sort of, you could definitely reach back and try to bring this thing out.
I do.
Okay. I need you to make just a straight physical roll. This wouldn't be brawl because it's sort of too small. And it will simply make its own damage. Damn.
So that is 12, but I also rolled the 6 on my thing.
Understood. You don't have to go higher. I rolled a 1 on the dread die for this
Okay.
creature. So as it turns out, you managed to reach back. You pull up. It's about 2 inches long. It's this razor-faced, softly glowing ant-like creature. As the razors on its face just kind of... And it looks up at you. And I need you to actually go ahead and just make a recall information. This is a knowledge roll. See if you're familiar with these.
6.
Unfortunately, Alekier, not many members of the crew are aware of the captain's penchant to have a razor ant farm. But as these strange alien creatures are now loosed, it is going to start cutting at you. Rawlings, you see something crawling, like, underneath Alutella's suit.
I am immediately... There's like a med... I'm like using a med kit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to smash it.
Okay, make a brawl roll.
Okay.
Oh my god, again!
That is a 10.
Oh.
You, sir, have exceeded, because I rolled yet another 1. This is not a good horror surge, quite frankly. You smash this thing, and Elutella, with like barely conscious, you're like, oh, what? And you feel sharp pain in your arm.
I do?
Yeah, please make a resist injury.
Ah! That is a 10.
With a 10, you manage to, you don't take any further damage from it, but, something has just cut your arm real bad. And as you blink up, you look at Rawlings, but something seems odd. He almost looks like he has these, wings coming out of the back of his head, some kind of, almost like he's a moth himself. Something's, on the neck plate of his retractable, helmet.
But... I mean, I am very familiar with wings, obviously. Do I detect that they are perhaps not...
I'm going to give you 1 die penalty because you're so disoriented, but go ahead and, I'm going to let you do it as analyze those, which is it's a flat mental, basically, 4D.
Very well. 11.
That's not Rawlings. Something's on him.
Can I reach up and tear a wing off, or attempt to?
You can now attempt to, yes. So at this point, guys, though, these things are now attacking. So we're going to go back into sort of stuff. At present, you are currently wounded, Elutella, just so you know. So you're in pretty bad shape, but you're not
Yes.
But go ahead. You're calling out this happens. Alekier
sees
sees it. Rawlings, you just smashed something, and she's now reaching up for you, Dahlia. So basically, what is everyone doing? What's the plan here? Is it just kill bugs?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
But not me.
Exterminate.
All right. So Elutella, currently 1 bug has actually been we're just gonna say one of them did get killed inside. Elutella, you're reaching up at Rawlings, or you're trying to attack that bug, or you're just gonna grab it to investigate it.
I would like to, I assume that since I am a bug myself and I understand the fragility of wings, I can try to rip it off.
It's not wings. It just looked like wings. wings. It is not a wing that this creature. It's you.
Oh,
You
dear.
thought he had wings for a second, and then you realized no, it's not behind him. They're much closer. Like on his neck are two things are about to attack him.
Oh, well, and he's immediately over me?
He's over you because he's healing you. Yeah.
So I'm going to have to push him off and tell him there are bugs on you.
Great. So Elutella simply shoves you back and says there are bugs on you.
Then I'm gonna do the classic thing that everyone does when they have bugs on me, which is just
Okay. Go ahead and make
go
ahead and make a brawl roll there. That's more like it.
I would like to put a power cube on this roll.
Go ahead.
So I'll 3D. Holy shit!
No.
I rolled all 6s.
Oh.
dang.
All 6s.
And so I get to roll again.
Go ahead.
That's another 6?
Whoa.
Nice.
Okay, 2. So 24.
26.
Wait, plus another 2. So 28.
Well, it's 4. You rolled 6 4 times, then 2, right?
6. Yeah, then I have a +2 to my brawl.
Oh, and +2. Perfect. So with that,
Nice.
you manage to just like, so you don't do any harm to them, but you, as like a tornado, you manage to just knock these things completely off of yourself. Like, get them off. And these razor ants kind of go sliding off of him. Great, Rawlings. Basically, for this turn, you are free of them. None of them are.
Yes, and then I can proceed from that. Yes, quite, yes.
Elekie, what are you going to do?
I want to know. So does everybody still have their space helmets on?
Mine's cracked.
I think Rawlings. Rawlings took it off. It's up to you if you took yours off or not to pilot. Elutella and Rawlings are not wearing those at present, just because Rawlings. Sorry, I said you weren't. It's fine. Yeah.
I guess I just wanted to look and see if there's like at the controls, is there maybe anything where I could like remove the atmosphere, from something
flush.
that those ants could not survive in. I don't know if they need oxygen or whatever we're breathing.
Yeah. There's probably a way to vent atmosphere if you wanted to do that. Sure. You are holding one and you're piloting with the other hand. So actually, go ahead and make one piloting roll with a one dice penalty.
Right. All right, pilot. Oh, that's gonna be probably low there. Oh, so that was a 2. That was a 3, but one of them was a 1. So then
was your dread die a 1?
my dread die is a 1.
So take the 1 away and take the next highest one, which is a 1.
It was a 2.
Okay.
I only had 2. So
you only had 2.
0.
Oh, so you have a 0. Okay, great. So you pull this aside and you're kind of like, and you're looking at this and like, I wonder if I could vent the, and with this, you crash
Sick.
this ship into the side of the thing. I need everyone to please make a strength roll to keep your footing. Oh god, you guys on the ground with these things would be amazing for me.
Remind me where that is.
It is a physical, I'm so sorry. So you're going to roll a physical. Now, I will tell everyone beforehand, you are looking to hit. I'm going to say because you did a 0, this is actually going to be a pretty bad crash. Yes, you are looking for a 17 on this roll to stay up.
17!
So if you want to spend
Okay,
things
well,
you may.
Philip, I already rolled before you said that,
Yeah.
and I rolled a 13.
I got 17 exactly
Perfect.
before you said that.
I love
I
it.
rolled
All right,
all
so
of
we're here first of all because that's amazing. But go ahead and roll that D13 for me, Dan.
I hate you.
8 again.
18.
Philip, I'm gonna try and find someone to make me a perfectly balanced D13.
Okay.
No. Well,
Alakia,
what
what
do
did
you
you
mean
roll?
by perfectly balanced? Because
Rolled a
you're
15.
You know what I mean?
Elutella, you had an 18.
an 18, but I rolled a 6 on the dread dice, and then you rolled the dread dice again, right?
You rolled the
Yeah.
dread dice again. Yeah.
And then I rolled a 1 on it.
Okay, so you
That's
haven't. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
If you,
okay.
It's only if you roll it the first time.
Okay.
Okay. So, Elutella, actually, you're already on the ground. So basically, you just don't roll any further. Dahlia just plants. Rawlings goes down. Elekie falls out of the chair. Dahlia, it is your turn. Elatella spent her turn saying, "You got bugs." Raleigh spent his knocking him off. Elekie spent his falling, crashing. And Dahlia, what would you like to do?
So we've all kind of crashed and
Effectively, you're the only person on your feet, and you do notice that there are these razor ants here about to descend on everyone.
like ants.
I'm sorry. I'm also sorry if this is like an actual fear for everyone.
I actually do have a phobia of ants, but that's all right.
Okay.
I'm fine in the game. I have. I can't pick them all up and get away, like from.
Oh no, they're completely spread out. You don't even see all of them. Although if you wanted to, you could make a sense roll that uses your dreadful to try to spot where all of them are. I'll give you a hint. There's 13.
Yeah. So, can I start using my laser eyes?
Absolutely. I'll let you laser eye the most visible one. That's actually, the most visible one is the one in Alekie's hand, but you do see some heading to Elutella. But you also see some are on the ceiling, like above you. So what do you want to shoot at?
I mean, okay, the one Alekie in Alekie's hand, is he conscious?
He's conscious, he just fell out. He was like looking at one like, huh, and then he fell out and now he's like on the ground like, you know.
So I'm gonna hope that he can handle the one he's holding and go for whichever one is closest.
Great.
Other than that.
Great.
I don't know what I need to roll to get them though.
Well, just you roll your 2d plus 1 to try to laser beam one.
Okay. 7.
A 7 is not high enough to get these little things, so your laser beams tear into the top after a couple of them. And
there is a
now
magnifying glass when you need one.
the first round of them gets to go. So Dahlia, 2 of these little things are actually going to jump down on you, and they're going to try to climb into your circuits using their razors to cut open your rivets, trying to see if there's anything inside they'd want to nest in. That is a 13. This has been such a lovely day.
Wow.
Let's go.
Oh boy.
What if we get all the way around in one game?
I feel like if we ever do it, it should be on a Friday the 13th.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, this one bounces too much. Nope, not 13. All right. So the good news though is, please make a resist injury. Yeah, you, which is a very high one for you, Dahlia.
Yes, I get a lot. Huzzah.
There's almost no way I will beat your 5D. Although maybe you'll roll a bunch of ones, or you'll roll a
nope. 6, 6, 6, and
Sure.
2. That's 20, and one of them was my dread die, which explodes.
You just they
23.
just cannot penetrate through your metallic thing. Elekie, interestingly, this what in your hand is going to do what it would do, and it's actually just going to take out your fingers with its razors. It's just going to bend back around and try to do this. So, I need you to make a resist injury roll. Well, actually, wait. First, I'll see if yes, it certainly will hit you. Make a resist injury roll, but go ahead and roll it and see what we got. Oh no.
20.
Okay. So I rolled really high, including a 6 on the dread. So that's
Nice.
10. That's 21. Okay. So I'm at 25. Okay. So
Okay.
5 under. Yeah, with 5 over. So you have actually been wounded. So please click your wounded box, and you basically, it has just sliced your fingertips off. It's just like spun off, and you go, and now it's like trying to like dig in. It's like razor mouth is just just trying to like dig into your body and continue causing you pain. You actually cannot take any actions the rest of the round, but since you already took one this round, you'll get your action back at the next time. But these things are trying to dig into you. Okay, 2 are coming for Elutella. That one can get through. That one can get through. Please make a resist injury.
I should have put more into this one.
It's okay.
So how do I say 6?
Okay. Okay, they're
You
gonna
know,
do more than a
have-
6.
Well,
Oh, actually, one of them does not. I roll a 1 on one of their dread dice. So one of them,
very good.
Elutella, you become incapacitated as one of these things is like now cutting into your sort of neck. And Rawlings, you see that Elutella is getting eaten by one of these. Rawlings,
once again, it's the void.
you did manage to get most of them away from you. You know, you managed to like, you know, avoid them for now. The ones that were on you, but you basically see that more of them are moving your way. And we'll just have one of them will drop down, but you can make a dodge roll to try to get to make a dodge to see if it can even land properly on you.
That's a 10.
A 10. It does unfortunately roll a 15 and manages to get on you. It needs to make a resist injury. That's really bad.
I rolled a 6 on my dread one.
Keep going.
Which is great. Which is great because otherwise that would have been a 13.
Okay, yeah.
So that's a 5. So that's a total of 18.
And 18 actually means they're only over you by 1, so you are what's called stunned in this game, which is like the least problem. It's just you're slightly messed up because one of them did bite you, but it has not permanently harmed you at all. But now they're crawling all over the place, and we come back around to your guys' turns. Make another resist injury roll, Elutella. Elutella, this is a rough day for you. I'm really sorry.
9.
9.
And a 6 on my dread die.
Roll it again.
13.
13. Here we go, people.
It's very happy.
One more time. One more time, then we will dread storm.
Roll a d13.
No, you were it. No.
You roll 13?
No. You're not. Okay, it didn't land on anything because it's leaning up against another die.
Then re-roll it.
This is killing me, this suspense.
4.
A 4.
Okay.
So we're at a lot of fun here. Woo, guys, it's been a lot tonight.
I'm gonna have an asthma attack.
All right, that's what I like to hear. Okay, so you are conscious. You're like, oh, this is crazy. These ants, however, have escaped from the thing. Now, Elikia, you were considering trying to, to like vent the chamber or something, which is certainly a thing you could try to do. But what is everyone doing right now? So at present, you have killed 1 of 13. You now all have some on you. It's bad news. Rollins, yes.
I would like to smash the one I have against the wall. Just crush it.
Make a brawl.
I would like to, for no reason, add one to my roll of 2d6 plus 2. Use a power cube to add 1 more.
Sure thing.
It's not because the average distribution of that most often leads to a 13.
Literally a 13.
And no.
Well, that's a 15, unfortunately.
A 15, however, is really good for you because that is higher than its brawl, and simply smashing 1 means now 2 of them have been destroyed.
Right.
These are very easy to kill. They're just hard. They can just dodge.
They just suck. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you've killed
Can
1
I-
more.
Can I try and move somewhere where it seems like farther away from them?
This is you guys are basically in like a 10-foot kind of like dome with some chairs and things in it, so you could jump up on a chair, but as far as you can tell, there's some on the ceiling, there's some on the ground. They seem to be coming at you from everywhere.
Then I'll just be right. Yeah, I cool. Then I will. Yeah.
Elutella, what would you like to do? 1 has bit you pretty bad. There's more. Another one is on you.
Can I try to remove the one that is on me?
Sure. If you want to try to remove it, but if you want to try to kill it, then make a brawl roll.
I will.
Okay. And I'll tell you what.
Brawl.
If you would like to try to kill both of the ones on you, you can make a brawl roll to try to do that. It's going to be a little higher. I'd suggest you spend at least one point of one energy cube.
I only have one left.
I'd spend your power cube.
Okay. Well, we'll do that. I will do as you suggest. Oh no. Okay.
13.
Yes, let's go. We've done it.
Right. That's amazing. Okay, so the good news for you, however, is I actually only rolled a 12 for there, so you do manage to smash the 2 on you. But then, my friends, oh my god, we did 12 today, guys. We did 12.
Like this.
We did 12 and only 3 of them were from deals. Roll a d13, let's see if horror surges again. That's going to be rough if it does.
I'm so happy about it too. Okay. 1.
Beautiful. Now please roll a 13. A d13. This will determine whence comes.
Wait, another?
Yeah, because you just triggered a Dreadstorm. We're at 13. So please roll where the Dreadstorm comes from. Please roll a d13.
Okay. Leaned up against another die. Okay.
Then roll again.
Gotta clear that dice tray.
3.
Oh no! This is kind of good for you and also sort of not. As the ship now is currently spinning because Alekia fell out and it spins, Alekia, you kind of look up and Elatella's like, she smashes a couple. So now 4 of the 13 are dead. But you kind of look up and Alekia, you see that you're like spinning like near an area of the Amaranthine Nebula that seems to have like a little bit of it has come really close, and it sort of passes over the ship. We're gonna roll on this in just a second, but for now, Elatella and Rawlings taking their turn. What are Alekia and Dahlia doing?
I want to kill the one that just jacked up my fingertips. I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I want for my movement to go over and regain control of the ship.
Understood. So in that case, go ahead and make a brawl roll to kill that one.
So that's 17, and then I got a 6 on my thing.
Okay, you like
Oh, okay.
smash this thing with stuff. So now 5 of 13 are dead. That's not bad. And you are going to try to get up and just get back so that you can maybe control the ship and try to take control. But like something is strange and all the systems on it are like fritzing out for a moment. Dahlia, what are you doing? There's 2 of them are on you. Neither was able to get through you.
Yeah, I'm gonna smash them.
Okay. Go ahead.
Let's just straight up brawl.
Yes.
Okay. That is 12.
You beat both of them. So with that, you now have killed more than half. 7 of 13 have been destroyed. Dahlia, I'm even going to let you, because it is literally just looking. If you want to take one more pot shot with your laser, you can do that just on one of the ones on the ceiling.
Okay, I can't reach it with just smashy.
No, it's not, it's too high. You're you know.
4.
Yes, unfortunately, I explode on the dread die. So what it manages to again. So there still are 6 of them out there. These 6 are now going to attack, in fact. But they do attack in waves, so only 3 attack. So which one of you doesn't get attacked? Elutella, you get spared somehow. All right. So
Have them attack me.
Dahlia, 1 will fall on you.
Yep.
Rolls high enough to attack. Make a resist injury. Ugh, that's garbage. Rawlings, make a resist injury. Uh-oh, Rawlings.
21.
You're fine, Dahlia.
I rolled a...
Can't hurt a robot.
8. Okay. Rawlings, you actually, this one climbs like up to your ear and basically starts like slicing into your ear canal, like trying to burrow straight through to your brain. You are incapacitated, so you actually fall prone.
Do I happen to fall on top of it and crush it?
Make a physical roll to try to do it like that.
I'm gonna add 3 power. I'm gonna add my remaining 3 power cubes.
Sure, why not?
That's a 22 plus 24.
It's trying to eat. So yeah, in fact, you do fall. And Rawlings, this actually kind of what maybe knocks you out is not only this thing burrowing through your ear canal, but the
my head
impact of your head. So you pass out, but you smash it. So basically, Elatella's like down on the ground. It's like she smashed a couple. She looks over and Rawlings falls, and you see like a dead one like fall out of his ear, like taking some like flesh along with it as it slides out. This little razor sharp thing going down. One tries to attack Dahlia to no good. Alekia, would you make a resist injury? I bet he's gonna be fine.
18.
18 with 19. With an 18, another one is trying to like bite into one of your tentacles now, and you're able to just like kind of keep it from doing so with your other tentacles. You know, you're like, keeping them all off. Okay, so at this point, it's going to be a 2 dice benefit. No, it's going to be a... It'll actually still be a +2. That's how we'll do it. Dan, would you please roll 4d6 with a wild die? And who would like to roll... Actually, Alekia, you're a proud Velderal. Would you please roll 4d6 +2 it, but include a wild die?
So, you mean
they get
like
plus,
the dread
plus
die,
2 to the 4D?
Sorry, wild die is dread die. Yes. So roll 4d, but you're going to add 2 at the end of the whole thing.
I rolled a 1 on the dread die, so that's a total of 3.
Okay.
So it's 15, then plus 2 is 17.
Wow, so that's a huge benefit. So basically, as this new domain tries to cross over... Oh no, here's actually a good level of... Because I was going to go crazy here. Alekia, you kind of like... You like smell, and you look at the vents in this room. Suddenly, a almost pathetic trickle of like dark, brackish water starts pouring in. And Alekia, as you look out of the vent, like right next to you or whatever, this little, it actually looks pretty alien. This strange crustacean-like creature with these big black eyes and these kind of like small antennae on the face, basically just like a shrimp, falls out along with it. Something is very odd. You're not sure the last time this station was serviced, but a very bizarre creature just fell through.
Am I able to act upon it?
Yes, because they all just attacked. Yes, you can actually act upon it now.
I want to step on it.
Okay. It barely has the water to swim. You can kind of easily do that as you sort of pound your foot down. This is a non-combatant thing. Water's kind of beginning to pour through those. What do you want to do with your turn, Alekia?
Are there more? How many more of the
make a free sense roll.
Bugs that we have?
Make a sense roll over from your dreadful. Are shrimp crustaceans? I think they're crustaceans. Maybe they're not.
11. Oh, 12.
You see a couple more. At this point, they're all still like climbing around the ceiling up there.
Am I? How far away can I? My tentacle attack, can that reach any of them?
To get your tentacle attack up there, you'd have to get up from the from the.
I don't want to leave the.
Okay.
I do want to let them know that there are a couple on the ceiling, and
They're all
I've
still on the
spotted
ceiling.
them, and I still want to regain control of that ship.
Understood. In that case, try to make another piloting roll to try to pilot properly.
Shrimp are crustaceans.
Very good.
Yes, and also, fun fact, crabs have evolved separately 5 times. Like, there are different species of crab that have evolved not related to each other. Things
I hate that.
evolving into crabs.
A 3?
gross.
Crab is
I don't
the
like it.
highest form of
I rolled a 1, so it took my thing away. So
Yeah, you, at this point, Alekia, you try to take control of the ship, but somehow, piloting it, you manage to, effectively, you are completely blinded as thick water full of seaweed and, like, silt just covers, like, splashes over the top and instantly freezes in the cold vacuum of space. So now you're completely blinded as you try to fly, and you're battered around by all sorts of stuff. Something very strange is going on. What does everyone else want to do? Alekia has let you know that there are a bunch of them up on the ceiling.
I'm unconscious, right?
You are unconscious, that's true. Elutella?
I'm chilling then.
Am I able to do anything, or am I incapacitated?
Oh, you're also... But, yeah, you two are literally both incapacitated. Yikes. Dahlia! What do you want to do, Dahlia?
So there's water pouring in from this portal. With
There are
squishy
strange...
creatures.
Actually, you've had experience with dreadstorms. You're pretty sure you're in a dreadstorm, which in space must act differently. But also, you do see that, like, purplish... Like, it's like you're not in purple mist right now, you're in a purple nebula. And you think that something is crossing over once again. But they're also... You know that in these circumstances, there's not always anything you can do about that. The real danger is the fact that... there are still a bunch of these ants who want to kill people. Rawlings and Elutel are on the ground, where the water is beginning to rise, and will probably drown them soon enough. But the ants are the main priority. What would you like to do, Dahlia Bot? Also, you don't know who this moth lady is. She just came in here, and you haven't said one word to her.
Yeah, so the moth lady and Rawlings are both on the ground.
Yeah. And then there still are ants who look like they're still hungry to get inside of.
But they're too far away to reach. I have to.
I would say if you wanted, because your last brawl was to try to get ones off of you, if you wanted to make, I would allow you to simply make a physical roll. It's going to be a higher sort of like difficulty, so you might want to spend some power cubes. But if you want to just like jump up and try to like do some like robot punching into the sky, I would let you do a physical thing.
Since I know Rawlings and theoretically would want him to live, what if I had picked him up and threw him over my shoulder and tried to shoot them with my laser?
With your laser eyes. Shh. To try to hit all of them with your laser eyes?
Yes.
I'm going to recommend to use multiple power cubes, but you may definitely attempt that. How many power cubes are you going to use?
I get more in between sessions, right?
You guys will probably... You usually find some between sessions. That's correct.
Okay.
You'll get some between sessions.
Okay, let's use 2 of the power cubes.
All right,
So I
that'll
get
give you a 4D plus 1.
Okay. And then do I need to do a physical check to see if I can pick up Rawlings, or can I just pick him up?
You have a 4D, he's light enough, you just kind of throw him over your thing.
Remember, he doesn't eat food, so he's not heavy.
Okay. 6, 6, 4, 2. That's
Was the 6 on your dread die?
The 6 was on my dread die.
So
I get
roll
to
again.
another
Roll again.
one. Yes. So 6, 6, 4, 2, 5.
6, 6, 4, 2, 5 is 12. Is 18. Is 23.
Okay.
Right? That's good. That one didn't dodge. That one didn't dodge, even though it rolled a 6 on its dread die.
Power cubes were the way to go.
That one didn't dodge, but it is a 13.
No!
Nah, it's just a 10. So that is... Hold on. Sorry. Oh my god. I need to roll 2 more. That one did not beat a 23, and... Oh, wait, this one might beat a 23 because this one has 4, 6, 4, 6, and the 6 is on a thing. So that is 20, so I need to roll... You guys have a 33% chance of killing all of them unless I roll a 1 or a 2 right now. Roll a 2. So, with that, Dahlia, you pick up Rawlings, and you just do like a zigzag, like... And I'm going to say the top of this thing is now like structurally damaged and smoking, but your laser eyes have, like, not to the danger point, but your laser, like, it's permanent cosmetic damage. You have killed all 13.
I am the Joker's origin.
Nice.
And Rawlings is just kind of slung over your metal shoulder. Alekia, you're sort of trying to sort of do this. Elatella is, of course, like, water's beginning to, like, arise up by her face. Rawlings, Dan, would you please roll 4d6? And Zane, if you'd roll 4d6 plus 2, including a dread die. Por favor.
Okay, that's better.
Okay.
That's a 16.
Okay.
So I rolled a 16, but my dread die was a 1.
Take it all away. Ooh, I love these dread dice. Really
So I
interactive.
take the 1 and the 6 away. Am I correct?
Yeah, you take a 1 or whatever the highest was.
That's just
so
a 9.
6. So a 9, so 6. Yeah, see, those the 1 on the wild die or the 1 on the dread die really swings things.
Oh yeah. It does.
So you manage to, like, you know, like you're not doing the best. Your just senses are completely covered. It's all covered, and then suddenly, there's a shudder in the ship, and the amount of water pouring out of the systems increases dramatically. And just like sloughing in with mud and seaweed and more little splashing things in the water. And Alekia, where you are at like one of like the main like vent ports nearby, it becomes momentarily blocked, and then an eel begins to wriggle its way out. And this
Why?
eel sort of looks up at you, and this like just absolutely like undersea face, this eel, these dark eyes, these jaws, it kind of looks up at you, and a strange look of recognition is on its face as it looks at your squid face and says,
Marius? You're not Marius?
Cool, it's your turn.
I also am feeling strangely drawn to this character.
Okay.
It's familiar to me. You know, feels strangely comfortable around this creature. And was it looking at me like it was aggressive?
Make a free insight roll.
Ten.
It wasn't aggressive, but now it looks a little aggressive.
I'm just going to attack it with my tentacle.
Okay. Go ahead and make a tentacle attack.
That's what happens in the big ocean here.
Where's Siobhan when you need her with summon fish?
Yeah,
honestly?
exactly. She could summon something into here, no sweat.
Oh well, I used it once at least.
22.
Okay. He'll try to dodge you. Ugh, he will not roll a 22 to dodge. So yeah, you managed to attack it. Go ahead and roll the damage of your tentacles, which is 4d. I'll make a resist damage roll.
20.
A 20? Okay, your tentacles whip out, and slice this thing, and it falls apart in like separate sections as you just like falls down into the water, like cut up, like blood beginning to spread through the dark water.
An unworthy opponent.
Very good. Elutella is unconscious. Elutella, actually make a resist injury.
Ah, of course. 4.
4? Elutella is now mortally wounded as water just like enters her moth lungs, which I imagine is not great. Elutella is like drowning down there. Rawlings, you can also make a roll there. Rawlings, make a resist injury to try to just kind of wake up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moths don't have lungs.
I think the moth women. This is the women part of the moth women.
There's a species of moth that's born without mouths at all. Like they just fuck and procreate and then create more moths, and then eventually they like procreate again and die of starvation.
They don't live long enough to eat. Wow.
Yeah, they can't eat, and then they just don't live very long.
Hey, you know what? Hey, if they're not eating, they're not procreating, right? Okay. Yes. Dan, go ahead.
I rolled 10.
10.
Hitting this channel.
Dan,
they're literally the Luna moths.
We're getting banned from our own channel.
Dan, you managed to kind of you feel that you feel yourself, you're slung over a robot. This ship is filling with water. You see Elutella bobbing now face down in this water. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna click my helmet.
You click your helmet. I will say you do so. There's a dead ant in it with you. Just up against your face.
I thought it was on the ground.
No, there was she killed. I'm just saying she shot one off the ceiling and it landed on the back of your head and it falls.
It's very clearly dead though.
Yeah, it's definitely dead. It's on its back and it's.
Yeah, but I'm just can I just double tap it so it falls out again?
Sure. you do a double tap and you have to undo and then you're good.
Where's the computer drive?
It's just sitting kind of. Oh, it is in the water. Yeah, that's true.
Dolly, grab the whatever that is from the ship, the drive, the information.
Who are you talking to? Me?
Dolly, yes.
Oh, can I grab that with another hand?
Yeah, you got it with one hand. You grab that with the other hand, no problem.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, Mechadolia.
Yeah, you're kind of holding him up, and and there's. Honestly, at the rate the water's coming in, you could just throw him onto the couch there, but honestly the water's coming in pretty intense. So that is everyone's turns. I'm so sorry, Elutella. You're just over there
It is
and if she's a Luna moth, then she has no mouth, so it's no problem.
At this point,
and life is not worth
Alekia,
living without eating. So let me die.
You hear a voice, kind of thin and raspy, and you look down at the water. And the severed eel head is looking up at you, saying,
"Damn you! May Ugeltlur curse you, false Malleus."
I need you to make a resist fear.
That is... Oh, there it is.
You're actually pretty good at that, right?
31.
Oh, you have 3d1?
11. It's 41.
41,
11.
Okay. What'd you roll?
11.
11. It has rolled a lot higher than that. You sort of glance down and you suddenly feel this chill running through your body. Whatever this unworthy foe was, it seems to be using some really unworthy, tacky, dark magic. Or dark ability or something. Actually, you guys aren't all that familiar with magic, quite frankly. Although you've been on the ship, so you've seen it from afar. A curse has been placed upon you, Alekia. the full nature of which you are not certain, but you can feel something is tremendously wrong.
I try to repeat my mantra, only a fool feels no fear.
Dan and Zane, let's do it one more time. So, Zane, you got the plus 4d6 plus 2. Rawlings, you got the 4d6.
Woo! I rolled a 6 of my exploding one.
Guys.
All right, math time. 21.
12. Wait, did you say plus 1 or 2?
Plus 2. 13. We have gotten, at this point, we've gotten 14 today.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, boy.
shut up, book.
Well, that's good, because we have now entered our 12th 13. So theoretically, if by 2 sessions from now we can be on our 13th 13, that would just be the best. The water continues filling this space. Now, Rawlings has done up his suit. Dahlia is, of course, invulnerable to water. Alekie, the water is pouring out even more intensely.
Wait, but I'm metal. Shouldn't I eventually rust in peace?
You are, well, you're chrome-plated, so... Rest in peace is good. I see what you did. I was cutting you off too early. The joke was coming. I apologize. Alekie, you may want to put your helmet on here at some point, but for now, the water is like rising up to here as you're trying to sort of pilot this ship. Elutella, poor Elutella. This is rough on her. She may not be making it out of this situation. But Alekie, you do notice that now, down in the dark water that's filling this vessel, there's a lot of things sort of swimming around. Alekie, please make another piloting check as your turn. It's hard because you're under the stuff and you can't see anything, but I'll still let you roll your full thing. We're just raising the difficulty.
11.
11. All right. Where are you trying to go, Rawlings?
Oh, Rawlings?
I'm so sorry, Alekie.
Really, I think just how far have we traveled? How far away are we from the base?
You don't have a good sense of that, given how you don't think very far.
I think just I want to avoid running into things.
Okay.
You know, I want to avoid danger, so kind of more into open space, like where we can just kind of sit and breathe.
Into open space, got it. Okay, so you're trying to just kind of get yourself away from wherever you can. I love it. What are you doing?
I want to put my
and you'll
little
put your Elutella. Roll one more. Do you have any points left? Do you have any more fuel? All right, just make a resist injury.
5.
5. Okay. Elutella is now under the water. You see the tips of her wings kind of bobbing from below, but she's down there. Dahlia, you're holding the core up above this water, and Rawlings is kind of like, has his helmet on. What do you and Rawlings? What do you two want to do? Rawlings, you're currently wounded, by the way.
Is water still pouring in?
Yes.
I mean,
I have no idea what to do. It seems honestly, we should probably vent the chamber so that the water freezes and it stops flooding.
that work? We can try. Is everyone wearing their helmets?
I mean, Elatella's not, but everyone above the water is.
Everyone above. Is Elatella like officially down and out?
I mean, if somebody were to save her right now, she would survive. you still could, or she could survive. I mean, she's gonna be in really bad shape.
Bad shape.
Yeah. She was already injured, and now she's been attacked by ants and drowning. So it's been a day.
She is a moth. She's fragile.
Yeah.
You know.
So Rawlings, do you want to come down, like off my shoulder?
Well, no. If we vent the cabin, then the water will be frozen. I don't want to be standing in frozen water when that happens.
What about the others?
I say nothing.
Oh no! But Dahlia doesn't want anyone else to get hurt.
It's a tricky situation.
Okay, so if we vent the cabin, the water is going to like flash freeze. Is that the idea?
There's a lot of water, so it may not quite flash freeze, but it'll freeze pretty quick.
It'll freeze pretty quick.
Yeah.
And anyone in it will be frozen in it.
Yes. Which technically at this point includes you. Now that wouldn't really mess with you that bad, but you might be stuck.
I would be stuck.
You could always laser yourself out, but yeah.
Is there anywhere to set Rawlings so he's like above the water?
Well, is there gravity in the ship?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's sci-fi, so yes.
All right.
Like a ledge or something that's above the water for him?
If you'd like to roll a d6, there can be a ledge that you could put him and the thing on top of.
Okay.
In the top bubble. Roll a d6. Come on, roll 6.
I'll roll my designated dread d6.
Come on and do it. I want you to do it.
I mean, we can't hit a 13 right now.
Nah. We're just future-proofing.
1.
Aww. It's fine.
I thought you were about to move backwards 1 instead. Like, ah!
Ah!
Backwards. Time has no meaning. Okay.
Wonderful.
All right.
Alrighty, so.
Down. Can I go pick up the other 2 now?
If you want to spend your time
so
shoving
does
everyone
this.
up onto like the ledge that kind of goes around the top glass thing up by where you've cut stuff, Alekie, do you allow yourself to be pulled up there?
Sure.
Okay, so you put Elutella up there. Dahlia, I'll even say if you want to click her helmet on, you can do that.
Okay.
You can kind of try to turn her so her helmet's not full of water. But Elutella is just like pretty still, but you click a thing on Alekia, she sort of pulls you up. All right. So they're all up on a ledge. Now, Dahlia, you're going to have to vent. You're basically going to have to like you're going to have to like force the airlock door open here and it'll, vent to space. You'll be frozen down there, but hopefully you can fight your way out, etc., etc. The rest of you are all up there. So I need Rawlings and Zane one more time. So, yeah, Dan, roll the,
14.
Okay, well, I got to explode this die, but this is a great roll. Oh my god. I explode again. Okay. Okay. Oh my god, that's a 5. Okay.
Ugh.
33.
Oh.
33 to 40.
I rolled, so on the exploding dice, I went 665, and then my other dice are 655.
Yeah.
Chaos, let chaos reign supreme, everyone.
I love what's happening. So, Rawlings, Alekie, an unconscious, possibly dead Elutella are up above the waterline with the core. Dahlia, at this point, you drop back down, and the water surges. Basically, they're now in contact with it at this point. You can't even tell. But Dahlia, you're down here, and as your sort of eyes adjust to the murk that you're standing in, you're completely submerged.
Uh-oh.
You see eels swimming, and there's like an odd sort of feeling as they move together, and then you lose sight of them. You quickly turn, sensing something behind you, and you see a figure made entirely of eels is sort of standing there, and like with several, 3 or 4 different eel faces, all constituting a roughly humanoid head. the eels all sort of say in a unison, and you can hear this under this,
Praise the drowned one, praise Ugelklor.
And they attack you. Please, if you'd like to dodge, roll a physical. If you don't mind dodging and you'll just take whatever attack they do and you would have focused entirely on opening the ship, you can just let them attack you.
I don't want them to attack me. I'll take them.
You'll just take the damage?
No. I mean, I want to dodge.
You want to dodge. Okay, cool. Really roll that great attacking you anyway. Oh, but they did roll! Hey guys, 2 + 2 + 4 is 8, + 5 is 13.
Rolled 9.
Oh no! Alright, so they do manage to actually attack you. I don't trigger a thing. So, could you please roll a resist injury? You're gonna be fine on this point. Because you get a million to this.
I get so many.
Yeah, they've only rolled a 12.
Okay, that's 6, 7, 8, 13. Not a 13 though.
Yeah, you're carrying on, I get you.
It is 17.
So basically, Dahlia, they managed to sort of push you aside. So at this point, they are sort of pulling against you, like attacking you. You were unable to get away from them. They're like, and you feel these eels like wrapping all around you, like chanting strange things about Ugelklur, which is actually a name, Dahlia, that you have heard. Go ahead and put in for me. I'm not sure that, actually, I think you may have heard this a trillion years ago, but Dahlia heard it more recently. Would you please make a straight, a mental roll, a 2D roll recalling information, just to see if it pops in your head what this is about?
8.
It sounds familiar, but you can't. You think it has to do with one of the domains, but you're not sure which one. In any case, you are going to fight your way through trying to open up that thing. Now, you are going to need to get a pretty good result. This is considered a very difficult, so you are going to need a 20... Actually, I should roll to see the random. You will need a 22 in order to open this door. Them being on you is why it's now it's gone from normal difficult to very difficult.
What kind of roll is this?
This will be a physical roll, so you can start with your 4D, and if you want to, you can use some energy cubes.
Well, I've only got the 2 left, so there we go.
Throw them on. All right, come on. You got to get to 22.
No pressure. All right. Oh, that's so many dice. All right. 16, 20, 27.
With a 27, you manage to fight through these coiling eels as you open the airlock. A lot of the water sort of sucks out into space, but before you and everything can even be pulled out, much of the water begins to just freeze and shatter and break. You sort of stay there, effectively encased fully in ice. Everyone up above, all the water, sort of like the vapor in the atmosphere, also sort of freezes. So suddenly it's instantly iced over. Elatella lies there on the edge of death. Elekie, kind of like, and Rawlings huddled up there with this core. Dahlia completely encased in ice. These separate eels, these sort of cold-blooded things, instantly, dying in the water. Dahlia, yes. Or are you just freezing in a cool position? Great. As this spinning ship continues away, suddenly out of sort of its sort of balance with this strange prong of it sort of off the side, the ship hurtles toward a small planetoid. Dark green rock. The ship impacts. Rawlings and Elekie, you're sort of trying to sort of not fall into the jagged ice below, keeping yourselves. The ship scatters. Dahlia, you're just kind of stuck in ice, knowing that you'll try to break yourself free, but for now you're just hanging on. Suddenly, massive shards of the ice begin to break apart as the ship spins, tumbles, and then grows still on an airless planetoid. dark green. One of the eels frozen, the life expiring, manages to turn its eyes to you, Dahlia, and say, in a voice that is more telepathic than heard,
Ugol Tlor will.
And that is where we'll end chapter 50 of Blood from the Stone. Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh.
Happy Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Again.
Man, guys, we had a lot of 13th.
I know.
Because, like, if I'd been like, we started at 1 and ended at 4, it'd be like, okay, yeah, you got a few that night. But we went around. Guys, that was great. Boy, I want to give a special thank you to Zane for rolling an automatic horror surge that resulted in laser ants. Or razor ants?
Anytime.
Laser ants. I'll do laser ants next time.
Oh yeah, we need those.
That was great. Thank you guys so much for watching. I especially appreciate anyone who came here to sort of come and check out our
Oh, and we had a raid.
Friday the 13th. Oh, we had a raid. Oh, hello raiders,
Yeah.
if anyone's still around, but that's awesome.
Buff Swole Initiative Network. Thank
Oh,
you so
great.
much.
I think they've raided us before.
Yes.
They
wonderful.
came
Thank
through
you.
with
guys.
the muscles.
Thank you so much.
They came through. We had a hype train.
Oh my god.
It was amazing. Minnesota Twins was hooking up 2 community sub gifts tonight. We had, some of our own folk here, cheering with their bits. We had another hype train. Book and Dagger was giving out 5 community sub gifts tonight.
Oh, thank you so much. Wow.
so
Minnesota
much.
Twins and Book Dagger. Thank you so
Yes.
much for doing that.
It's just like it was just so much went on. Y'all are the best.
That is so
Sorry,
kind.
Philip's too busy torturing us to notice.
Yeah,
what
I
you
don't
guys are
I don't
doing.
see the kindness. I'm in a different headspace.
Philip's doing his job, we're doing ours, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. But yes, thank you all so much for watching. I'll just sort of mention here, we are 2 weeks away from the 52nd session of Blood from a Stone, and as you know how important 13s are, that is our 4th sort of set of 13 episodes, and as luck would have it, we're in a 4th domain for it to happen. So that's going to be a really cool one in a couple of weeks. And then I'm also just going to mention that 2 weeks after that will be session 54, which we'll have to do something special for Liv, because 54 spells her name in Roman numerals.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that. So thank you everyone for watching. This is so fun. We have so much fun doing this. If you like what we do here, please follow our channel, subscribe if you can, and thanks to everybody who gave out gift subs. That's so kind of you. Also, we have go to our About page to find out about all of our wonderful players and their social information. Our socials are @LongLostLoreRPG on Instagram and @LongLostLore on TikTok. Also go to our Discord. We post recaps of everything and just kind of generally chat over there, and we try to answer all the questions people
He says
have.
we. It's him.
You're active on the Discord. Thank you as well. You don't do the
post
recaps, but yes,
recaps,
that's fair.
yeah.
So definitely check out all that stuff. We have not one but 2 Star Wars games on Saturday, or on Sundays we have Luminous Beings. On Mondays we have Crude Matter. Dan figured out the meaning behind those shortly before Crude Matter Episode 2. Those games are very connected. I don't want to spoil stuff for people who haven't watched them yet, but you can watch only one if you want to, but you're also, if you watch both, you will see a pretty connected narrative that will be very interesting, and I'm really excited about that. It's a really crazy high concept thing. Lauren is on Sundays and Dan is on Mondays at that game, so check out our 2 Star Wars streams. And then on Tuesdays we have Grey in the Dark, our very exciting noir game. So all that fun stuff. Thank you guys so much for playing here on this Friday night. I so appreciate you guys always being here and being down for this insanity. Until next time, thank you all for watching this Tale of Love and Dread and RPG. Have a dreadful night.